My name's Ronald Curran. Homeowners here since 2017, permanent residents since 2019. I'm here with my wife, Nancy. Thank you for coming.
Good afternoon. My name is Michael Heidingsfelder. I've come to the island since 1999. Homeowner since 2004. We live, my wife Helga and I live.
My husband and I have been visiting the island since 2006. We bought our firm in 2010 with the hopes of someday being able to be here permanently. And we realized that dream when we moved here full time at the beginning of January of 2019.
Evening. My name's Larry Wallahan. My wife Sue's over there in the corner. We've been coming to Kiewa for 20 years. We purchased our first house in 2011. And, I'm now retired. We've been a permanent resident for 3 years.
Okay, thank you all. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start on with Larry and come across, give everybody a chance to give their 1 to 2 minute opening statement. And then at the close, we'll start at the other end and go back. So give everybody a chance to, Okay, so we have time, so you know.
I understand there were some bets out there as to how many time slots we're going to overrun. I'm not known for being succinct. I understand someone's actually bet on all the slots. But anyway, bit of history. I came to America 1st of January 1999. I became a citizen in 2006. And as I just said, we first came to Kiewa in 2003, 20 years ago, nearly 20 years ago. And we bought a home in 2011. We bought our home in Sarigua in 2019. I'm now retired. I've been retired for 4 years. My profession, I'm a chartered accountant, which is the same as a CPA. In England, I worked for one of the big four, what is now one of the big four accountancy firms, for most of the time in England. In America, I worked for a company called TRW Automotive. Spent a small team, spent 3 years putting business together from various other businesses. And then in 2002, we IPO'd with Blackstone. We went on to be a very successful business with sales of 16 billion, 85,000 employees, and we were very financially successful. I reported and worked for the CFO, who was a very flat organization. I spent about 10% of my time working with the CEO on commercial issues and operational issues. I like to think of myself as a sort of well-rounded accountant. So why am I here? I care about Kiewa, I think we all do. But I care about its beauty, its resources, and its people as well. And the town has had a bit of a rough time in the last year. And it faces more and more challenges. New challenges are approaching or cropping up all the while. Development agreements are going to end. We're going to deal with the ARB being moved to another K. We'll talk about that later perhaps. So it has been tough. And I think I can use my skills to actually help the town overcome those challenges and to move forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Maura? By the way, if any of the candidates prefer not to stand, you don't have to. Not a requirement.
Thank you. So I was a lawyer for more than 30 years. And in my retirement in 2019, got used to being on the island, but very shortly thereafter got pretty interested in both Kika and the towns. And the town, really, the focus came into view when the petition to annex Andel West was proposed around Labor Day of last year. And there was a lot of hue and cry about that. And ultimately, I ended up as being part of the leadership of reforming Now Kiewa. And we put together a petition, which over 460 people signed. Many of them are in this room, I know that. And we then sent it to the town and worked with them. We were able to negotiate both an annexation manual and changes to the ordinance so that in the future, if annexation becomes an issue in the town, we have a model and we have a way that the community is going to be more involved. I think it's a model for how the town and the community should actually interact, but I know that it's not always the way it works. I've been sitting there for a year and I've observed a number of things. And that has caused me to want to run, and it's caused me to want to focus on 3 different things. First, I think the focus of the town needs to be reoriented slightly. I think it needs to be more community-centric. Secondly, I think that the town operations need to be improved. I'm not saying throw the baby out with the bathwater, but there are some improvements that I see that I think are pretty easy fixes. And the third thing that I noticed that I think we can work on is the working relationship with Kika. Now, let me give you one example of how all of these things come into play and how it really came into focus for me. In May of this year, the town sent out an announcement that there was going to be cement pouring at the cave at 4 a.m. Understandably, that costs a lot of bucks. Why do I say that that's an example of all 3 of the things that I think need to be improved? One, the idea of cement mixers idling on Beachwalker at 3:30 in the morning, all the people in Riverview and in the Cove and along the Duneside properties. We need to really think about decisions like that. Secondly, and as the Conservancy pointed out in something they posted shortly after the announcement came out, there's a town ordinance that says you can't light property in that season because of our tourists. So you have a situation where the town is announcing something that's clearly, in my mind, going to violate an ordinance they already have. The town should really hew to its ordinances and its contracts. Whether they're favorable or not, they are on the books until they get changed. And the third thing, what the town announced actually violated a Kika policy, which is that no contractor can come on the island until 7 a.m. So obviously that is where some wires got crossed. But it brings into focus why I think those 3 things need to be changed and why I'm wrong. Thank you.
Two more. Michael?
Okay, thank you. I will stay seated because it's easier for the recording. So my name is Michael Heidingsfelder. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm coming to this island since 1999. We are homeowners here since 2004. And I think like everybody in this room, we love this island and how it has come around over all these years that we are here. I'm an engineer. I'm also a business executive. I have lived in many countries around the world because of business. The interesting thing for me was every time I crossed through the first gate, I was home. That was when all the pressure of business was gone. In the last few weeks, since I made the decision to run for office, I have, and I should say, I'm a member of the town's planning commission. So I'm deeply involved in community matters. Since I made the decision to run, I talked to many people in the community, residents, homeowners, stakeholders that are involved in this island. And I wanted to really experience firsthand what are the concerns of our community. And wanted to understand how we can resolve that, right? And I think we all do understand, everybody here in the room and on Zoom understands that we are facing an unprecedented time of a lot of challenges in front of us. We have the concerns about overdevelopment on the island. We have issues with too large, too high density, too high building heights projects that have gone up on this island. And many of us asking ourselves, where is the design in the future in that respect? I think we have traffic concerns, security concerns, but also I think we have and we are facing, especially from our representation, kind of a lack of transparency and proper communication. That gives us the time to understand what the matters are, understand the pros and cons, and make diligent decisions instead of being confronted with the decision that is made 24 hours after we receive it. I think there's an inadequate consideration of our opinion as a community, also with do in a transparent, civil, cooperative, consensus, binding, hopefully, way to bring this item forward by protecting it, but also by enabling development in a meaningful way. So I would be honored to give you my vote or your vote for my candidacy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. In the 90s, we vacationed here once or twice a year.